18.
18 was the last time you smoked dope. What? Last week? What made you think that was a good idea with 2 felonies pending to come be smoking marijuana? You don't know? And you're not working. Obviously, you know that's a violation, number 1, of the law and of your bond conditions, right? Speak up. How do you think you're going to get a job if you're smoking marijuana? What? You quit last week? Wow, congratulations. You realize how ridiculous that sounds to say I quit last week? You're Caleb Jubert, and Mr. Jubert, you've got 2 cases. Were you able to get someone hired? Speak up, please. Who'd you talk to? Speak up.
Tommy Smith.
Say the first one. Hand it to the bailiff. So did you talk to him or somebody talked to him for you?
Me and my mom was
So are you do you go to MHMR, Spindletop? No? What's that written on here for? You don't know? So are you working? Why not? You don't know? Where have you been looking?
I went to work, but I had to do my ID. I had to ID.
Do you have your ID now? Okay. If I test you this morning, you gonna have anything in your system? Have a seat, let's double check that. Okay, that's fine, I'll do the plea in just a minute. How old are you, Mr. Jubert? 18 was the last time you smoked dope. What? Last week? What made you think that was a good idea with 2 felonies pending to come be smoking marijuana? You don't know? And you're not working. Obviously, you know that's a violation, number 1, of the law and of your bond conditions, right? Speak up. How do you think you're going to get a job if you're smoking marijuana? What? You quit last week? Wow, congratulations. You realize how ridiculous that sounds to say I quit last week? Mr. Jubert, I'm going to find today that obviously that is a violation of your bond conditions in each of your cases. I'm going to raise the bond in each of your case because of that violation. Let me see what they were previously at. And cause number 25 DCCR 1130, I'm going to raise your bond to $15,000. And I'll go over conditions of both of the bonds in just a minute. And then in cause number 25 DCCR 1131, going to raise your bond in that case also to $15,000. Condition, if you make the bonds in both of those cases, is that you have to have a drug patch on at all times. You have 24 hours from the time you make a bond to get a drug patch put on. A drug patch is something that goes on your arm. Your bondsman can tell you where to get them. You have to have them changed every 2 weeks. If they test positive, then obviously I'll know you're still using marijuana and you haven't actually quit. You're going to go right back into jail with much higher bonds. I would anticipate if you make these bonds quickly that the first patch might be positive, But the patches are going to show me an amount, not just a positive or a negative. So if that amount is not going down, then I'm going to assume also that you're still using. Do you understand? All right, go back with the bailiff. You're Chad Cracknell?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Gertz, will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
He will, Judge.
Mr. Cracknell, you're charged in cause number 22-39948 with a second-degree felony. I'm sorry. The state has elected to proceed on the lesser offense of a Class A misdemeanor, solicitation of prostitution, under Section 43.02. And how do you plead to that charge?
Guilty.
And are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
And because you did what they've charged you with?
Yes, ma'am.
And so I'm going to, just to make sure, based on our previous discussions, the charge is from 2021, and the law that would be in place at that time would be from the code, I guess, that we have dated 19 and 20, where there's been some changes in the level of the offenses of solicitation of prostitution, and the lesser included offense at that time of solicitation of prostitution, well, the offense of solicitation of prostitution at that time was a Class A misdemeanor, which is why that is what we are referring to and pleading to at this time, which is a lesser of the offense that he's been charged with, which is for a child under 15. Correct, everyone?
Under 18, but
Under
yes.
18, I'm sorry.
Yes, that's
Same.
correct.
Okay. And so, Mr. Cracknell, I have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them that the state's marked as Exhibit Number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Gertz?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you fully understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
And it looks like the agreement that you've reached is for a 2-year deferred probation, so you'd be on probation for 2 years. You're ordered to pay a $500 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. Is that your understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
State tenders number 1,
Judge, we have no objection.
it's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Cracknell is not competent?
No, Judge, but can I put something on the record about
Sure,
that, please?
of course.
Mr. Cracknell's father is here with him. The court, a different court, has appointed him as his guardian, as Chad's guardian, in part because of some mental health limitations that he has. He's competent, he's lucid, he understands what I'm talking about, but I've also discussed all of this with his father, who's his guardian, and he understands everything that we've talked about. He understands what the offer is, he understands what the potential consequences are, and we thoroughly discussed it with Chad. He understands how serious this is. He understands that the court can put him in jail up to a year if he violates his probation. And one of the reasons we're doing this, and his father and I have agreed to this offer that we think is a very good offer from the state, is that for the last 4.5, 5 years that Chad's been out on bond, he's been doing everything that the court has ordered him to do. And so we feel confident in his ability to follow the court's rules on probation.
Could have had probation done and over with without all the legal wrangling. But anyway, thank you for that, Mr.
I've been asking for a
Gertz.
while, Judge. I've been asking for a while.
And thank you, sir, for being here. And just for the record, your name is?
John Cracknell.
And Mr. Cracknell, you've gone over all of this with Mr.
Yeah.
Gertz, like he said, and with your said Chad, and understand and believe that he also understands everything that he's signing, understands what the consequences are with the probation, and if he violates it.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. All right. Then, is there any reason to get a pre-sentence report?
No, Judge.
All right, so Mr. Cracknell, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. I'm going to waive the pre-sentence report, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney and defer all proceedings and place you on probation for 2 years. You're ordered to pay that $500 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. If you do that, this is a great opportunity because you don't have a conviction on your record. And if you successfully complete the probation, the case will actually be dismissed at the end. You'll never have this conviction. The other side of that, though, is if you violate any condition of probation, you don't follow the rules with probation, you can come back to court, I can find you guilty, and you could go to the county jail for up to 1 year. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, then, I'm going to hand you, oops, let me get that printed.
I got it filled out.
You don't need it.
Send that to,
I have it. That's-
Thank you.
I'm going to hand you the trial court certification in just a minute that shows this was an agreement that I followed, so you waived any right to appeal. And then you'll just need to have a seat as soon as I hand that to you. You can have a seat here in the courtroom, and the lady that's at that desk right there is with probation. She'll call you up when she's ready to go over all of your paperwork.
Okay.
All right, good luck to you, sir. Thank you, sir.
you.
Thank you, Mr. Gertz. Here's your, Mr. Gertz, there's your,
Thank you, Judge.
good morning, you're Aaron Riley. You're Maverick Neal. And Mr. Doyle, will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
Yes, ma'am, you go.
Mr. Neal, in cause number 24, DCCR 2436, you're charged with a second-degree felony offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. That's from October 26th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Nobody made you plead guilty, right? Okay. I have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Did you go over these documents with Mr. Doyle?
Yes, I did.
Do you fully understand them? Do you understand those documents that you signed?
Yes.
And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney, that you'll be giving up or waiving any right to appeal? So you can't change your mind later if I follow this agreement. Do you understand?
Yes.
And it looks like the agreement that you've reached is for, is that a 5
Yes, ma'am, I'm sorry.
5 years deferred probation? There would be a $500 fine, and you would be required to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. Is that your understanding of your punishment? So if I follow the agreement, you would be on probation for 5 years?
Yes.
Okay. Also, do you understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law? Are you a U.S. citizen?
No.
Are you a U.S. citizen? Okay. State tender's number 1.
No objection, Judge.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Neal is not competent?
Not that he's not, that he's competent.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Thank you. And so, Mr. Neal, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily, find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of that plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, but I'm going to reset your case for sentencing so that the probation department can do a pre-sentence report. That'll give me more information about you, your case, and then we'll come back later for sentencing. When you leave today, you need to stop and talk to probation on your way out, and she's sitting at that desk right over there. All right? So stop and talk to her, and then we'll see you back at sentencing. Do you understand? Okay, so you'll have one more court date for sentencing, okay?
Okay.
Okay, stop and talk to, right over there, the lady. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Judge.